Hell, I might report some on eBay tonight. You know what? I might actually do it right now. It is a tale as old as time. A new video game console is about to come out. Stores start taking pre-orders for it. And then all of a sudden, all the pre-orders are gone, and you go on eBay and you see a bunch of listings for these consoles. Any sort of video game console is subjected to this. The analog products get subjected to this. We talked about this ad nauseum with the PlayStation 5, where you would see people with tons of PlayStation 5s selling them at exorbitant prices. Scalping and new video game consoles, I mean, it kind of goes together like peanut butter and jelly. Although I've never had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I'm just not a fan of jelly. It looks kind of weird. It's got that weird texture to it. Just give me the standard peanut butter sandwich, chunky, smooth. I don't really have a big preference, and let me enjoy my peanut butter sandwich. But with the Nintendo Switch, of course, we saw Scalpers. And with the Nintendo Switch 2, it's going to be the same sort of thing. Now, Nintendo has been doing some decent things. It seems like they're trying to keep stock high for the system. They're doing stuff with My Nintendo Store, where you can pre-order a system if you are picked through the algorithm, I guess, that they have for it, that randomly picks people and gives you the opportunity to purchase a system. But we don't find out about that until May. So when it comes to the Nintendo Switch 2, obviously pre-orders haven't begun in the United States or Canada yet. I'm sure they're coming soon, like we talked about in yesterday's videos, but in other regions it has gone up. And in other regions, just like every other video game console, people are getting pre-orders in with various bots, buying up a large quantity of them, and then selling them on eBay for exorbitant prices. But an unlikely ally has risen from the ashes to thwart this whole sort of thing, and I just find this absolutely amazing. And I know Spawnwave talked about this yesterday, but Spawnwave's a bit of a nicer person when it comes to talking about individuals and getting their comeuppance, where me, I'm a bit of a dick. I believe in karma. I think when things happen and, you end up with a bunch of a system or something like that, I hope you get stuck with it. I hope that you don't get to sell this. And I hope eventually when you do sell this, you sell this at a loss. And it hurts you financially because you're not out there putting in the grind. You're not out there camping in front of a store, driving around all around town. You're sitting your fat ass at your computer, clicking a button for an algorithm to basically buy up all of these systems in hopes of making a quick dollar. So who is this unlikely ally? Reddit. Reddit. Now, this may surprise you folks. Reddit is a place that I've joked about before, but I actually have a Reddit account now. And I actually post on the Nintendo 64 or N64 wrestling games Reddit because there's lots of cool people in there, and there's people that I know, and they're showing off like created wrestlers and new projects and stuff like that. So I actually like going there and communicating with those people. I think Reddit might actually be a bit more sane than some of these message boards are now, because at least with Reddit, you get some differentiating opinions. There are different Reddit and subreddits and stuff like that. I'm not a heavy Reddit user or anything like that, but Reddit users help take down Switch 2 scalpers on eBay as fans continue to wait for pre-orders. This is absolutely amazing. So essentially, some of these pre-orders were going for $670 US. And, a lot of this is contingent on the fact that you are getting the system. Some of these people might not even have pre-orders in, especially if they are in the United States. They are banking on the hope, the dream of being able to get multiple pre-orders, because I'm sure they're going to want to keep at least one for themselves. So what do you do? Because these things pop up on eBay all the time. Like I said, you saw it with the PlayStation 5. You saw it with the PlayStation 5 Pro. The analog products are the same thing. However, there's a group of Redditor users, including Mr. Java, who have taken it upon themselves to dole out a kind of vigilante justice, seeking out and reporting Switch 2 pre-order listings on eBay. Apparently, they've gotten a good result too. The screenshot below shows 6 different email subject lines from eBay, each allegedly referring back to another Switch 2 Scalpers listing being taken down. And they're not the only one. In the comments, several other users claim to have done similarly, although with varying degrees of success. So you can see here, Mr. Java basically has 6 different emails saying, hey, thanks for reporting it, it was removed and stuff like that, and different referencing and stuff. And I just absolutely love this Whiskey Jack guy reported 25 last night myself. So far 14 have been removed. Sort by most expensive first. If those keep getting removed, it may lower the price that others post them at, since they'll be looking at existing posts. And that's a good point, because you know, a lot of these people are being driven by greed. And if something doesn't have an inherent value unless you give it a value. So, for instance, if I say this water bottle right here, this is $100 water bottle, even though you could go to your local grocery store and buy a whole pack of these, if nobody buys this at $100, then it's pointless. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to buy it for $100. But if somebody does buy it for $100, now other people will look and see and then say, hey, well, I have a Nature's Promise spring water bottle with some Mio water in the bottom of it. Maybe I can get $100. And that's what starts this overinflation. It's all based on what people are willing to pay. That's why the whole retro gaming market is just so strange to me, because none of these games are really inherently worth all of this money. It's just whatever someone is willing to pay then sets a new groundwork for what it's going to cost. So we have these people that are basically just going in, Mr. Java showing this as well, how to do it. So you can basically fill this information out. This person is selling their pre-sale item. They do not have this item. Nobody has a Switch 2, and this is actually working. So you know what? I'm going to encourage this. We're going to go over to the Reddit thread now. That's for some reason showing a Van Halen thread. So okay, let me do some research. Hold on a second. All right, look, I love Van Halen. I love Van Hagar, but I don't know why that popped up. But you could see here we have the thread going on here. And you know what? I love stuff like this. I like that people are, you know, going out of their way to potentially ruin these people's day, because that's what, you know, that's what should happen to these people. These people should be embarrassed. You know, Gerard, I've been reporting these listings and got at least 20 removed so far. I'm doing my part, even though they are still available for pre-order in Australia. Not all heroes wear capes, and he could be wearing a cape. He could be like this Mario character, because I think this is great. You know, here's Whiskey Jack talking about it and basically saying how to get them removed. So if you want to do some sort of vigilante justice like this, I fully support you, because I don't think this is vigilante stuff. I think this is just people doing good things. You know, people helping out people who want to, you know, get a system and just play the games. They're not interested in the whole secondary monetary value of this. And Mr. Java, based motherfucker, they're just going to repost them. Unfortunately, then I will keep reporting. Mr. Java, you're doing the Lord's work with this. And I fully support you. You have the support of myself, all of my viewers, because I feel like my viewers feel the same way I feel about this. And I hope that you are very successful. I will have a link to the Reddit thread along with the Screen Rant write-up in the description box down below if you want some further information. But get fucked, scalpers. Get wrecked, okay? You deserve this. You deserve to lose out on money. eBay should ban your account for being a douchebag. Your girlfriend, let's be real, you don't have a girlfriend. Your waifu should leave you. Your make-believe girlfriend, if you're a girl and you have a boyfriend, they should leave you. If you're a boy and you have a boyfriend, they should leave. Your significant other, if you have one, they should leave you. Because is this the kind of person you want to get involved with? Someone who sits there at his computer all day and you can buy up all these Switch 2 systems and sell them for exorbitant price. Get a job, you freaking bum. Do something productive with yourself. Be a valuable member of society instead of a leech, an abscess. Get wrecked. Get wrecked. Anyways, guys, like I said, I got the links in the description box down below. Be sure to go check that out if you want some information. Hell, I might report some on eBay tonight. You know what? I might actually do it right now.